the owner of Western Shooting Supplies. I've been asked to do some reloading videos, but as this is my first attempt at trying to do something like this, I thought I'd start small, because obviously reloading is a very, very big subject. So for me to get used to the equipment, make sure everything's working, make fine adjustments, I thought I'd do a quick review and just see how that goes, and hopefully the quality and the content would get much better from here on. So please be kind. Well, I had a delivery the other day. I took delivery of some firearms, and in the consignment was this. This is a little semi-automatic. It's the Magtech 10. Yeah, on the consignment was this Magtech semi-automatic 2.2 rimfire rifle. It's the 7022 model. For those of you who are keen on your field sports, on your plinking, you will notice that this actually looks quite similar to another well-known semi-automatic, the Ruger 1022. There are some obvious fundamental differences. This is considerably cheaper than the Ruger 1022 now. When I bought my first 1022, they were under £300, they were 200 odd pounds. Unfortunately, they're now getting towards the £400 mark. This is basically Magtech's answer, and a very inexpensive new rifle shooting. This is £225, £250, that's what they'll retail for. And really, if you just want something as an entry level, something to walk around a field with as a bit of fun, don't want to spend a huge amount of money, don't really intend to upgrade it much, then this is probably the rifle for you. Okay, as I say, for its price point, it's pretty good value for money. You know, let's not get carried away. We're not talking of walnut stocks here. We're not talking of high quality custom barrels or anything like that. This is basically just a nice little field gun. What they've done is ready threaded from the factory, which is quite nice. We have a little ghost cover there, a little invisible thread cover. I believe it's 1/2 UNF. That's what it says in the specs. Let's have a quick look. I have actually got a little silencer here. Not bad at all. That goes on there nicely. You've obviously got your iron sights, your standard shade. You've then got a little flick up, flick down ladder sight. Okay, quite like this because it's got quite a large adjustment nut there. So if you're in the field and you've got gloves on, and you've got to keep taking your gloves off to make any adjustments, it's quite easy. If you do need to make an adjustment, you've got a little up and down there, which you can probably manage with your gloves on. Barrel 18 inches long, broach cut, I'm led to believe, which is more than accurate enough for what you're going to be doing in the field. I've shot this at targets at 25 metres, and it's perfectly acceptable, reasonable groups with it. You've got obviously your slide, a decent size slide lever there. Again, if you've got gloves on in the field, you've got something a bit more to get hold of. Some of them can be a little bit small on some of these semis I've seen in the past. Synthetic stock, obviously, very lightweight. It's a hard synthetic stock rather than one of those soft touch ones that Hogue do, which is obviously the more expensive stocks that you've got. You've got your standard safety there, right next to the trigger where you'd like it, and then you've got your clip. Now, rather than the sort of Ruger, which was more like a box clip, a little drum clip there, you've actually got a nice, well, not a banana clip, but a straight clip that holds 10. And in this you get 2 of these clips, talking and trying to put the clip in, not good, 2 of these clips in the package, so that's not bad at all. It's metal construction, which is quite nice. I know a lot of these companies are moving on to these plastic clips, which not my favourite, they do tend to wear, but that's not bad at all. Here, push forward, and she ejects out quite nicely. Cycle's very nice. Again, like all semi-automatics, it can be a bit fussy on the ammunition that it uses or likes. Tried a number of different ammunitions for it. Obviously, my old favourite, The SK, which is actually owned by Lapua. SK were bought up by them a few years ago now, but they still keep their trade name. I think it's to differentiate between the qualities of ammunition. The SK is seen as slightly lower down the quality ladder, maybe. So this is a decent budget tin. Comes in a baked bean tin, as you can see, but it's oil. It's oil based, so you've actually got a nice thin layer of oil on the round rather than wax. I find wax can be sometimes a little bit heavy going in the field if it's cold. It does tend to gum up a little bit more than oil will. So I tend to favour these oil rather than wax based rounds. Pretty accurate, cycle very nicely, not a problem. But this is standard velocity ammunition. I know a lot of you guys out there would want to use a silencer with it, a moderator with it. I always used to baffle me why people used to complain about using subsonic rounds with a silencer and then they have trouble with it feeding. What you've got to bear in mind, especially a newer rifle where the bolt might be a little bit heavier, hasn't run in yet, you haven't put any rounds through it. Some subsonics might not have enough energy to actually blow back that bolt. So if you do get the odd hang up here and there, it's to be expected really. It's not the rifle's fault, it could be an ammunition cycling problem. You know, there's not enough energy there. So to be quite honest with you, I very rarely use subsonics through something like this. I may still use the silencer with it just to take some of the bang out of it, but in the field I tend to use the standard rounds. It just means the cycling of the action is much nicer. Obviously there's a lot of you out there who've done a lot of research and tried a lot of different products, and there probably is, for you, there is a nice subsonic round which has just enough energy to push back that bolt on maybe your 1022 or any other semi-auto that you're currently using. But again, I tend to favour the standard rounds rather than the subsonic. Mini-mags, another good choice, CCI, trusted rounds, very good performance. Again, we're now moving on to the high velocity rounds. I like these as well. These are the Lapua high velocities, and a new ammunition to me. These are the subsonics. These weren't too bad. These are made by Fiocchi. Fiocchi are a company that you might know, who make a lot of, or you might be more familiar with their shotgun cartridges, but they do make other ammunition as well, and I was quite surprised by their performance. Not bad at all. Again, the odd hang up, you know, the odd stovepipe or whatever they call it, I think, when the round actually gets caught in the action. But again, not too bad, not too expensive to be plinking in the field. So there you go. I mean, not a lot of content. I thought I'd just basically have a go with the equipment, and I do hope that over the Christmas period and into the new year I will be able to start producing better quality reloading videos, which I'll be able to post on the site. So okay, yeah, if you can like it, that's great. That always helps the channel, but certainly don't be too cruel. This is my first attempt after all. If you want any questions, you want to contact me, some of you have got my direct email address, or you can contact me via the website, the email address there, and I can answer more questions, more detailed questions about this little rifle, which I think pound for pound is very good value for money. Yeah, not particularly pretty, you know, as I say, we are looking at standard barrel, nothing special there. It has got this sort of semi-alloy action. Obviously, you know, you've got your standard built-in rail there, but yeah, pound for pound, I think for well under 250 quid, 225, 245, something like that, you're getting quite a lot of rifle, especially if you're new into the 2.2 world. Okay everybody, well, have a good Christmas, and hopefully I'll be posting again in the new year.